Okay, we all know how exciting it is to get that latest gadget delivered right to our doorstep, right? Or maybe just enjoying a cup of coffee, But have you ever stopped to think about the journey that those products took to actually get to you?
It really is amazing when you
Yeah.
think about it.
Yeah, today we're going a deep dive into the world of ports.
Yeah.
Those kind of unseen hubs that connect global trade and quietly power so much of our everyday lives.
It's really fascinating how something so essential to our modern world often operates behind the scenes.
Right, behind the
But
scenes.
but these aren't just massive parking lots for ships anymore.
Right.
They're embracing cutting-edge technology
Oh, yeah.
to make global trade faster, smoother, and even more sustainable.
Okay, I am ready to have my mind blown.
Okay.
So where do we even begin with all this innovation?
Well, let's start with automation.
Okay.
Imagine a port where robots work around the clock,
Mm-hmm.
orchestrating a symphony of logistics. Automated guided vehicles, or AGVs for short-move containers, with incredible precision,
Wow.
while massive robotic cranes stack them like building blocks.
So I'm picturing like these robots zipping around like worker ants.
Yeah.
But does all this automation mean fewer jobs for actual humans?
Yeah, it's a valid concern.
Yeah.
But while automation does change the landscape of work, it also creates opportunities for new skill sets.
Oh.
Think about it. Someone needs to design, program, and maintain
Right.
these intricate systems.
Yeah, of course.
So instead of replacing humans entirely,
Yeah.
it's more about humans and machines working together in new ways.
Gotcha. Okay, so it's not man versus machine. It's man with machine.
Exactly.
Right.
And we're seeing a rise in demand for skilled technicians, data analysts, and cybersecurity professionals
Oh, wow.
to manage these complex environments. It's not just about brute force, it's
Yeah.
about brains too.
Okay, that brings to mind another buzzword I've heard around ports. Smart ports.
Yeah.
Is that where all this data comes in?
So think of it this way. A smart port is like a living organism
Okay.
with a network of sensors
Mm-hmm.
acting as its nervous system.
Interesting.
These sensors constantly monitor everything
Everything.
from traffic flow to equipment performance, feeding data into powerful AI systems that can optimize operations in real time.
So it's not just about robots doing the heavy lifting then. It's
Oh,
about
no.
using data to make the entire port smarter and more
Yes.
efficient.
Precisely.
Okay, cool.
For example, by analyzing real-time traffic data,
Mm-hmm.
a smart port can predict potential congestion points and adjust routes accordingly,
Oh, okay.
keeping those goods flowing smoothly.
So no more waiting weeks for your online order because of a traffic jam at the port.
Right.
I'm liking the sound of this.
Yeah, and the benefits extend beyond just speed.
Okay.
Let's take the Port of Rotterdam, for example. They've implemented a blockchain-based platform
Huh.
that has reduced paperwork processing time
Wow.
by a whopping 90%.
90. That's incredible.
Right.
Wait, blockchain.
Yeah.
Isn't that what Bitcoin uses?
Yeah.
What's it doing in a port?
While most people associate blockchain with cryptocurrency,
Right.
it's actually a powerful tool for secure and transparent data management.
Okay.
In this case, it allows everyone involved in a shipment, from the manufacturer to the consumer,
Oh, wow.
to access a tamper-proof record of every transaction.
So no more lost paperwork or disputes about where a shipment is?
Exactly.
That seems like it would save businesses a ton of money.
Yes.
And hopefully some of those savings trickle down to us consumers.
Absolutely.
Fingers crossed.
Increased transparency and efficiency in the supply chain ultimately lead to lower costs for everyone involved.
Okay.
And that's just one example of how blockchain is starting to make waves in the world of global trade.
Yeah. Okay. I'm starting to see the appeal of blockchain be just cryptocurrency.
Yeah.
But all this reliance on technology makes me think about security. You know?
Uh-huh.
What happens if a system crashes or worse, gets hacked?
That's where predictive maintenance comes in.
Okay.
Imagine if you could predict when a piece of equipment was about to fail
Right.
and fix it before it caused a major disruption.
Oh, okay.
AI and machine learning are making this a reality
Wow.
by analyzing data from sensors
Yeah.
to identify patterns
Okay.
that might indicate an impending breakdown.
So instead of waiting for something to break down and then scrambling to fix it,
Right.
they can proactively address potential problems
Yeah.
and keep the whole system running smoothly.
Exactly.
That's pretty amazing.
Like having a mechanic who can hear a problem developing in your car's engine
Right.
long before it becomes a major issue.
Oh, yeah. Okay.
This not only prevents costly downtime, but also extends the lifespan of the equipment,
Okay.
saving money and resources in the long run.
So it sounds like ports are really taking like a proactive approach to managing risk,
Yeah,
both in terms of equipment failures and cybersecurity threats.
that's right.
With so much data flowing through these systems,
Yeah,
ports they're prime targets for cyber attacks.
yeah.
But they're investing heavily in cybersecurity measures, right?
Right.
To protect critical infrastructure
Yeah.
and sensitive data.
It's a multi-layered approach that includes firewalls, intrusion detection systems,
Wow.
encryption technologies, and even blockchain-based security measures.
Okay.
They're not just trying to prevent attacks,
Right.
they're also building resilience so that even if an attack does occur, the impact is minimized.
So I imagine that's like a constant cat and mouse game,
Right.
with ports having to stay one step ahead of the hackers. This is all incredibly fascinating, but I have to admit, it's a lot to take in.
We've only just begun to scratch the surface of this complex and rapidly evolving world.
I believe it. I believe it.
But the takeaway here is that ports are embracing technology,
Okay.
not just for the sake of innovation,
Right.
but to create a more efficient, resilient, and secure global trade system.
And that's what makes this deep dive so exciting, right?
Yes.
We're not just looking at cool gadgets and robots,
Yeah.
but at how they're all working together to shape the future of global trade, which ultimately impacts, every single one of us.
Every single one of us.
What else is in store for us in this journey?
Well, in the next part of our deep dive, we'll explore some even more cutting-edge developments, including the role of 5G and drones in port operations.
Okay, wow, sounds good.
Stay tuned.
Welcome back. I'm still kind of reeling from all the tech we covered in the first part of our deep dive.
Yeah.
From robots to blockchain to AI that can predict equipment failures. It's a lot.
Yeah. And we're just getting started.
Oh,
Remember those smart ports we talked about?
yeah.
Well, imagine giving them an even faster and more responsive nervous system.
Okay.
That's where 5G comes in.
5G, you mean?
Yeah.
The technology that promises super fast internet on our phones. What role does that play in a busy port?
Well, think about all the data flowing through a smart port.
Uh-huh.
From those sensors we talked about to the communication systems that coordinate the movement of ships, trucks, and cargo.
Right.
5G's ultra-fast speed and low latency allow for near instantaneous communication between all these different elements.
So it's like upgrading from a dial-up connection to fiber optic internet.
Exactly.
Everything just runs smoother and faster.
Exactly.
Okay.
With 5G ports can handle massive amounts of data with incredible efficiency,
Right.
enabling everything from real-time tracking of cargo to remote control of cranes and other equipment.
Remote control of cranes.
Yeah.
That sounds both amazing and a little bit terrifying.
It's a game changer for efficiency and safety.
Okay.
Skilled operators can control cranes from a central location, potentially even miles away from the port itself.
Wow.
This means they're not exposed to the hazards of working on the docks.
Right.
It also opens up opportunities for specialists to operate cranes in multiple ports without having to travel.
Okay, that makes sense, especially with the global shortage of skilled workers in many industries these days.
Right.
But doesn't that also raise concerns about job displacement?
It's a valid point,
Yeah.
and one that port authorities are taking seriously.
Okay.
However, just like with automation, 5G is likely to shift the nature of jobs rather than eliminate them altogether.
Okay.
We'll see a growing need for technicians who can install and maintain 5G networks,
Right.
as well as operators who can manage and control equipment remotely.
So it's not just about adopting new technologies, it's about adapting our workforce
Exactly.
to thrive in this new environment.
Precisely.
Okay.
And speaking of adapting,
Yeah.
let's talk about another technology that's changing the game for ports.
Okay.
Drones.
Drones. Those little flying gadgets that people use for photography and videography.
But they're not just for pretty pictures anymore.
Right, yeah.
Drones are proving incredibly useful for a variety of tasks in a port setting,
Okay. Like what?
from surveillance and inspection to even potentially cargo delivery.
Okay.
I
can see how drones would be great for inspecting those massive cranes and ships.
Right.
Getting a human up there would be, time-consuming and potentially dangerous.
Exactly.
Yeah.
Drones equipped with high-resolution cameras can quickly and safely inspect hard-to-reach areas,
Uh-huh.
identifying potential issues like corrosion or structural damage.
Right.
This helps ports stay ahead of maintenance needs,
Okay.
preventing costly downtime and ensuring the safety of workers.
So it's like having a flying inspector who can cover a lot of ground quickly and efficiently.
Exactly.
What about this cargo delivery idea? I can't imagine drones carrying anything, super heavy.
Right now, drone delivery is mostly being explored for smaller, lighter items within the port area itself.
Not for long-haul transport.
Right. Yeah, that makes sense.
But even that could have a significant impact on efficiency.
Okay.
Imagine drones quickly moving documents or small spare parts between different locations in the port,
Okay.
bypassing traffic congestion on the ground.
So it sounds like we're talking about a whole new layer of air traffic control within the port itself,
Yeah.
coordinating the movement of ships, trucks, and now drones.
It's a complex logistical challenge,
Yeah, bet.
but one that ports are eager to tackle as they see the potential benefits of integrating drones into their operations.
Okay.
And we're only scratching the surface of what's possible with this technology.
Yeah, it seems like every time we look at a new technology in the context of ports, it unlocks a whole new set of possibilities and challenges.
Definitely.
It's mind-boggling to think about how all these innovations are coming together to reshape the way we move goods around the world.
It's a truly exciting time to be following this industry, and we're
Yeah.
not done yet. Oh, there's more.
In the final part of our deep dive,
Okay.
we'll explore some even more futuristic concepts, like Hyperloop technology, and the challenges of interoperability between different systems.
Okay. Wow.
Stay with us.
Welcome back to our deep dive into the world of port innovation. We've covered so much ground already.
We have.
From robots and AI to 5G and drones, it feels like we've taken a time machine into the future.
And the future of ports gets even more fascinating when we start looking at emerging technologies that are still on the horizon.
Okay, hit me with it. I'm ready for another dose of mind-blowing tech. What's next?
Let's talk about Hyperloop.
Hyperloop.
The concept of shooting cargo pods through vacuum-sealed tubes at incredible speeds.
Yeah. I've heard of Hyperloop in the context of passenger travel.
Right.
But cargo, is that really a feasible idea for ports?
It's still early days,
Okay.
but several companies are actively developing Hyperloop systems with cargo transport in mind. Imagine being able to move containers from a port to an inland distribution center,
Yeah.
hundreds of miles away
Yeah.
in a matter of minutes.
That sounds like it would revolutionize supply chains.
Right.
No more trucks clogging up highways, faster delivery times, and probably a lot less pollution too.
Yeah.
What's not to love?
Well, there are some hurdles to overcome.
Yeah, I bet.
The cost of building these Hyperloop systems is a major factor.
Right.
Plus, there are logistical challenges in integrating Hyperloop technology into existing infrastructure.
So it's not just a matter of building a tube and shooting pods through it.
Right.
There's a whole ecosystem that needs to be developed around it.
Exactly.
Okay.
But despite the challenges, the potential benefits are so significant that many experts believe Hyperloop could become a game changer for ports and global trade in the coming decades.
It makes me think about all the other innovations we've discussed and how they're all interconnected. It's not just about individual technologies, it's about how they all work together to create a more efficient and sustainable system.
You've hit on a key point, and that brings us to another challenge that ports are facing: interoperability.
Interoperability. Sounds like a technical term.
It is.
What does it mean in this context?
Simply put, it's the ability of different systems and stakeholders to communicate and share data with each other seamlessly.
Okay.
Right now, many ports operate in silos with their own proprietary software and data platforms.
Right.
This can create bottlenecks and inefficiencies.
So I can see how that would be a problem. It's like trying to fit together puzzle pieces from different sets. You know what I mean?
That's a great analogy.
Yeah.
To truly unlock the potential of all these innovations, ports need to work together to develop common standards and protocols that allow for the free flow of information between different systems.
So we're talking about a more collaborative approach where everyone is speaking the same language, so to speak. That sounds like a big task.
It is a big task.
But it seems essential if we want to see the full benefits of these technological advancements, right?
It is, and the industry is actively working on it.
Okay, good.
Organizations are developing open source platforms and data sharing initiatives to help ports connect and collaborate more effectively.
It makes me think about how much has changed in the world of ports, even in just the past few years. It's incredible to see how technology is driving this transformation, but it's also clear that there's a human element to it as well.
Absolutely, technology is only part of the equation.
Right.
We also need collaboration, innovation, and a willingness to adapt to new ways of working.
Yeah.
And we need to keep in mind the ethical implications of these advancements, ensuring that they benefit all stakeholders and create a more sustainable future for global trade.
At the beginning of this deep dive, I thought we were just going to be talking about, cool gadgets and robots.
Uh-huh.
But it's turned into something much bigger than that.
It's a story about how technology is not only changing the way we move goods around the world, but also shaping the future of global trade
Right.
and, by extension, our interconnected world.
This has been an incredible journey. I'm leaving with a newfound appreciation for the complexity and importance of ports, as well as a sense of excitement for what the future holds.
Yeah.
Thank you. Thank you for taking us on this deep dive.
It's been my pleasure. And to our listeners, stay curious, keep exploring, and remember that the world of ports is a dynamic and constantly evolving space full of surprises and opportunities.